Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. How we doing, fellas?
Good.
Great. How are you?
Good? I'm not good. I'm sick. Went to the Caleb Super Spreader event at Alabama, and I've been sick ever since.
I
It's not fun.
feel like
But
everybody's
yeah,
sick. Have you been sick, Kyle?
No, not yet, but it's coming.
it's been miserable. It's been like a week straight with this, and I slept all day. Felt good. But we're here to talk about Tennessee, I guess more than just football, athletics now. We got
Oh
basketball
yeah.
starting, fall
I
balls in full spring. Today was signing day for all the sports that nobody really pays attention to. So where we want to start? I guess we last left off before the Kentucky game. So what do we think there?
Go ahead, Caleb.
I'm trying to remember how the Kentucky game actually played out.
I was like, I drew a blank.
I think we won by like I don't remember, but
Joe played well. The
yeah.
defense played pretty
Yeah,
terribly, but ultimately got a few stops when they had to.
Yeah, that defensive backfield, that was worrying. It's like, oh no, it's back. This is going to be a miserable end of the year, but
Yeah,
um,
but I mean they did bow up on a couple fourth downs and forced a couple field goal attempts. So that's really, I mean, if the offense is going to play decent. That's fine.
yeah. Yeah, I think Joe Milton's like, I don't know, I'm telling you, there was a hit he took in that A&M game that just made his light go on, and he's been great ever
He
since.
really has been like quite a bit better the last two games. I mean,
It is
I,
nice to see.
yeah. Ever since they had one of the TV announcers said that Joe Milton told them that he likes getting hit to get into the game and get comfortable.
Yeah, why'd he take all season to do it then? Like, what
Uh,
the heck? Could have done
But
it first quarter against Florida, and we'd be in a different spot right now.
no, a quick question on that. I just want a quick, maybe 30-second answer from you guys. Do you think that Cade Mays would have switched the outcome of Florida?
Cooper Mays?
Yes, Cooper Mays. My bad.
I don't think so.
No.
Only because the defense played so bad, particularly in the second quarter.
Yeah,
Like,
I've just heard a few people say like, "Oh well, the way Tennessee's playing now and our offensive line is healthy, like you put Mays at center, we're winning that game." And I'm just like,
I mean, we
nah,
could have. I don't know. Like, maybe we score on one of those drives early in the second half, and it changes things. I don't know, but
no. Mm.
Yeah, I don't think so, but
I mean,
could
honestly,
have
I just
happened.
think Joe is finally feeling a little more comfortable, and like I feel like the receivers are playing better now too than they for sure better than they were earlier in the year.
Yeah,
Seems
Yeah.
like Thornton moving to the outside has really helped him. He's like actually contributed to the
Yeah, I
team.
never liked him splitting slot time with Squirrel because I feel like every game it would be the exact same. We would come out and we'd throw the ball to Squirrel White for like two or three drives, and then you just wouldn't see him again.
Yeah, the Kentucky game's slowly coming back to me now, and I'm remembering how amazing Dylan Sampson was the last two drives.
yeah,
That was a little surprising when they stuck with Sampson, I thought, because it showed right on the sideline and he was ready, but he kind of
Yeah,
looked.
apparently he got nicked up or something,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
but still, I think they probably were also just riding the hot hand.
Yeah, yeah, I like that they did that.
yeah,
I'm impressed with some of these young wide receivers, Nimrod and Webb. I really like those guys. I think they're physical. They can catch. I'm excited for what they can do the rest of the year.
I trust you on that. I hadn't really noticed, to be honest.
yeah. I've just not seen enough film time for them to for me to say
Yeah,
that.
I mean it was I think UConn where they had uh, the most impact, but definitely against Kentucky for sure. All right,
Yeah,
any other Kentucky stuff? Did y'all see the video of like before the game, their players standing in front of her tunnel?
Yes.
What were they doing? Like, that's so stupid. And then
They did that, and then UConn apparently was, I don't know, what were they, like warming up on our side of the field or something? I couldn't quite figure.
yeah,
Everyone was so angry about that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I kind of missed the storyline of the bad handshake at the end of the UConn game. I just know that like, it was an awkward handshake, but I don't know. Did anybody dive into why?
it was the pregame stuff.
Um,
Like we came out to warm up, and UConn was like on our side of the field that we normally warm up at. And I guess some words were exchanged, so keeping that
yeah.
UConn UT rivalry hot and fresh. I love it.
What'd y'all think about the Summit Blue accessories?
I didn't even really notice them that much.
didn't even know about it until you just mentioned it.
There were only, I feel like last year more players wore them versus UT Martin than this year. There were some
Yeah.
players who wore them, but not that many.
uh, would you guys be okay with a like baby blue jersey?
No.
No, I mean it's got some tradition with the Lady
I mean,
Balls, like the accents,
if
but
I could substitute it for the smoky gray, maybe, but otherwise.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would take that. But other than that, yeah, we don't need any more gimmicks. All right, UConn game. I mean, basically what we all expected. A nice
I don't know. It
win.
was better than I expected.
Yeah, I definitely thought they would score some, but I guess they just got that field goal right. What do we think about Nico coming in? Man,
Okay, I mean,
he's gonna be so good, so good.
I don't know what to think about it because, like, now my conspiracy mind is going crazy. Like, maybe they were intentionally not playing him because they knew how good he was going to look. I mean, goodness gracious, he looked amazing.
His like athleticism is something else. Like, gosh, that guy.
It's
Ethan
just
Davis, the
awareness.
tight
I
end
mean,
too.
just the way he just like boops around in the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His pocket awareness is just insane.
Yeah,
He
so
looked
excited for him.
to me just like Bryce Young, except taller.
Yeah, didn't they go to the same high school? Isn't that right?
It's something like that. I don't know if it's the same high school or same coach or.
I think it
Yeah.
was Mater Day or whatever.
The high school coach coached him and said that Nico is a bigger, better, faster Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And he coached them both, is the quote.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about UConn? Glad we got the win.
I think the only thing I wanted to mention was like the hilariousness of the lay down lineman.
Oh my gosh.
And how someone actually told the TV announcers, I guess, at halftime, because they were leaning into it pretty heavy. I don't know if they knew about it in the first half. They definitely knew about it in the second half. But, at one point, Derek Mason was like, yeah, they might be hurt because how they're interlocking their legs on the extra point or whatever. And then at halftime, they're like, yeah, in injuries and question marks. It's like someone at halftime got to him.
I mean, it kills me when Heupel goes out there and he was down on his knee with Lampley.
Why do we do that though? Isn't it on like extra points? Like, what's the point?
It gives our defense like an extra
the defense an extra 5 minutes of
rest. We only do it if we score fast.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's almost like if we score fast, it's coming.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I saw Jimmy Hyams tweet about it the other day.
Jimmy was so mad.
Oh man.
And the one, I think it was Nichols who was down, and the medical staff checked both of their knee braces. Like they took off both their knee braces. It's like, okay, which knee is it?
Yeah, I don't think anything else happened in the UConn game. Mel Keaton caught an open pass for once.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, that was the most open I've probably ever seen anybody, though.
Yeah.
It was like the entire half of the field was just him.
I was kind of mad he just kind of walked in. Like, it was a little disrespectful.
Oh,
Have some class, run into the end zone, hand the ball to the ref, All right. So, UConn, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoy your payday that you got. Next, we got Mizzou. Man, everyone tells me I should be afraid of this game, but I just can't. Like,
I don't.
I mean, Heupel's had Eli's number since he came here. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch them play Georgia though? They do. I mean, they were fairly impressive.
No, I was sick. I didn't feel like watching football. I watched us and listened to us, but
I mean, they pretty much were right. They made like one mistake in the fourth, and that was it.
they remind me of like one of the better coached Butch Jones teams. Like, yeah, they're going to stay in some games, but they're not really going to win ones that they shouldn't, and they're not really going to get over that hump. So I don't know. I just can't be afraid of them.
It's a good spot for us for sure.
Yeah, I kind of was like, I'm a little worried about it. I think it's more of a 60-40 us, or maybe even like a 55-45. I don't know us, but I'm not scared of them, but I'm not as confident as some people are either. I'm kind of in the middle.
I mean, I'm very confident. Like, I feel like our running game. I feel like we're gonna pretty much run the ball at will, and I'm worried about the red zone, but we should be able to score enough. I'm terrified about our secondary. That's the thing that I just don't know how we're gonna stop them.
Yeah, and part of me is really hoping that Missouri just put all their eggs into like beating Georgia, and they're kind of like upset they didn't, and this is just kind of like, oh, for them.
Yeah, and plus their best player is questionable.
Yeah,
so.
isn't Burden out?
Nice.
Or questionable, yeah.
Yeah. But I think he came back in. He got hurt and then came back in against Georgia, so I would assume he'll play. But I don't know.
We get back-to-back CBS games.
Man, I'm so mad. I wanted a night game.
I wanted a night game.
For Georgia or for
Missouri. I got something to do on Saturday, and I'm not free till like 5. So just for personal reasons, I wanted like a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, I just enjoy late night fall kickoff, and I'm just over Gary and who does games with Gary now? Brad. I'm just over them.
I don't know. I do not want to play a night game in Missouri when it's like I don't actually think it might be nice, but I just assume it's 20 degrees at night in Missouri in November.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Are we gonna win? Let's do a score prediction.
I'm leaning yes, and I'm thinking like 41-37.
Oh goodness. Kyle, what about you?
I'll go with like a 34-24 us.
Okay. I'm gonna say. So, what's a score that I like? 38 Tennessee. Probably 20 Missouri. I like that score.
38, Matt.
38-20. It's a good score. I like it. All right. So we want to talk more football. We want to jump to basketball.
I mean, so should we talk about the fact that we need Georgia to lose?
Oh yeah, let's go into all that.
We're going to chart our path to the playoff.
So we need Georgia plays Ole Miss, correct? And we need
Yes.
Ole Miss to win, and then we need to beat Georgia, correct?
Beat Missouri and Georgia.
Well, I mean, first one's done, so.
Great.
I feel like the chance for this to happen went away last week when Georgia beat Missouri. I feel like Georgia is going to demolish Ole Miss.
Really? You don't
Yes,
have any...
I don't trust Lane at all. Has he
It
ever
is
beaten?
weird.
Has he ever beaten anyone with a pulse other than Josh Heupel?
I'm sure At USC had one, you know.
Did he? I don't know.
Probably not, but
Pac-12
I
was
mean,
terrible when he was there.
yeah, they were pretty bad. I just, I don't know. I mean, Ole Miss has been a quiet little team this year. Weren't they like 10th in the playoff ranking?
Yeah, but who have they beaten anyone good?
That was the thing. It wasn't a couple, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks
Well, they
ago.
beat
We
LSU,
said
right?
that win against LSU was Lane's biggest of his career as a coach.
Okay, yeah, I mean LSU's pretty good, but they're not great.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
agree.
Georgia level.
Yeah.
And they LSU beat Missouri, so all the more reason why we're beating Missouri. All right, so you don't think we're beating, or Ole Miss is beating Georgia? It's at Georgia, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Otherwise known as Sleepy Sanford.
Yeah, that'll probably help Ole Miss better.
Although they have declared that this is the one game they're going to get loud this year. So
oh goodness, watch out! Check your USGS seismological surveys on Saturday around there. Goodness gracious. Uh, so what percent do you give this? Like,
us,
I'm less than one. Like, this isn't going to
yeah,
happen. This scenario
yeah, next to nothing.
Yeah.
would be nice. I would like another shot at
I mean,
Alabama,
even I don't
neutral
even give
field.
it.
So Bama has the West pretty much locked up, right? They don't really play anybody else. I think
I
Arkansas
think
maybe.
unless Ole Miss beats Georgia and Bam, well, no, they might have it locked up already because they don't have an SEC loss.
Yeah, I think so. All right. You
Before
guys
we
want?
move on to basketball,
Sorry.
I just for our record keeping, and we can go back and laugh about it. Is as we stand right now today, where would you guys see us going to play a bowl game?
I saw those bowl predictions the other day, and I don't want to see us go to a bowl game. God.
I haven't looked at a
Where
bowl
versus
prediction.
who do you think, as of right now, and we'll track it throughout the weeks?
It seemed
I
like
literally,
Iowa was a
God,
favorite pick of
please,
predictors.
please.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
I mean, sure. I have no idea. I haven't looked at a bowl projection all year. It's not
Yeah, I
like I.
saw one on Twitter the other day, and it had us like everywhere from the Liberty to the Music City to the Citrus Bowl. Like,
I mean, I assume
it
if
was
we lose to
rough.
Missouri and to Georgia and go 8-4 or something like the Music City, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
if we beat both of them, we're probably in a New Year's Six day or
yeah.
bowl again.
That's kind of what I was hoping for, just like another Orange Bowl appearance or a Sugar Bowl. We won't be Sugar Bowl, will we?
I think Sugar is part of the playoff this year, but
Okay.
yeah. I can't see that scenario playing
like
out.
Cotton Bowl or whatever, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh, I would love the Cotton Bowl. When was the last time we were there? 04 or 05? Against,
And we
so we
played,
played twice against what, A&M and Kansas State.
yeah. I
Uh,
think yeah, A&M 04. I mean, we haven't been to the Citrus Bowl in forever either, right? When's the last time we were in the Citrus?
what the 2001 against Michigan?
Is that really the last one?
I think so. Speaking of Michigan, have we discussed this whole cheating scandal?
I don't know.
This,
Have we?
I think we like because it's been
Did we mention?
evolving more and more. So I think we might have mentioned something, but
We may have mentioned the
I mean, every day there's just
girl.
something new. Like this is
What
insane.
happened today? All I saw was that they were
So
supposed to make a decision about
the
whether they're
Big
going
Ten
to.
sent a notice to Michigan yesterday that I think they're going to take action against Harbaugh, but Michigan like sent a reply like pointing out that like I think Ohio State, Purdue, and Rutgers all like had their signs and were sharing them or something. Which I mean, it's not the sign stealing because according to all coaches and players, like that happens every game. Like, but it's inside the game. It's not
Yeah.
this effort to go and buy tickets and film practices and like, oh man. I mean, this thing's a big deal.
Yeah, I keep on hearing that it's kind of a common practice that a bunch of people do, but it's like the extent of where they took it.
I mean, it could also be that this is just exposed that pretty much every team's probably doing this, and
Yeah.
so that's something I hope that doesn't really come out. But man, I mean, Michigan fired the guy. Like, it's I don't see how. I mean, what punishment would you give? Like,
Well, I've heard a couple people say that, and again, this is them just on TV saying that Harbaugh's not going to survive it, and Michigan should be banned from at least participating, and they should just be ineligible for the playoff.
I
Like,
think just for the playoff, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, I think
Harbaugh should be suspended, like banned for life, in my
if we're
opinion.
fifth in the playoff rankings, Michigan should definitely be suspended from the playoff.
So, speaking of sharing signs, the South Carolina 2022 game.
Did we not? Did we discuss this or not?
I don't think we
might
discussed
have,
this
but I think there's been more that's come out. Like, I mean, this is a big deal. Do you think South Carolina had her signs? Do you think they had help? I mean, they wore
absolutely.
Yes. I think you're just being a little prankster.
Me?
Yeah. Ain't no way you
just
believe
use some
that.
common sense, Matt. They sucked all year. They were good for 2 games, and then they've sucked all year this year.
It makes me so mad. I was so worked up. I went back and watched Teipel's and Beamer's post-game press conferences. Like, Shane Beamer is the biggest doofus. Like, so, I guess things were just clicking tonight. Like, no. And then they go back and go out and beat Clemson too. Like, who were both right there for a playoff spot. I mean, seems like it happened. Seems like Michigan colluded with South Carolina to shore up their playoff chances.
I mean, my favorite part is that TCU knew that Michigan had their signs and used their old signs as dummy signs in the playoff.
I mean, that was pretty funny. But Harbaugh, he was on the hot seat before, like 2 years ago, like coming out of COVID year. Like, they were ready to fire him, and then all of a sudden, oh, we're good. Wow, we're beating all these teams. Like,
okay,
no.
I don't know. I feel like we're giving a little too much credit to how useful the signs are, probably. But
I mean, we've all seen the clips. So, like, they're on the sidelines studying other coaches and immediately yelling it in, putting their own signs. Like, I mean, they know the plays. Like, this is the biggest cheating scandal in college football history, in my opinion.
Jeez.
Yeah, calling it right here.
Have you ever heard of the Pony Express?
Well, I mean, that's legal now, Kyle.
Still, at the time.
It makes me mad. And I think what makes me even more angry, now that I've had time to sit on it, is this is happening pretty much every big school. I mean, it's got to be, right?
I just can't believe that signs. I don't know. Signs have never made sense to me. Like, there's got to be a better way to get the plays in than just waving your arms around.
Yeah, I think the devices in the quarterback helmet, linebackers, like, that'll help. But man, it's a crazy story, and it just gets crazier every day. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I think I saw it was just like a public safety or public service announcement for like football or whatever. And it was talking about this specially designed helmet made for hearing impaired football players, where they actually block out the crowd noise and put in a microphone in the earpiece. And I'm just kind of like, that's kind of like a cheat code. Like, everybody should say, "Oh, I'm hearing impaired." So they get a noise canceling helmet with a microphone in there.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Anything else about Michigan? Sorry, Kyle. You caught me again. What are you
Um,
drinking on, Caleb?
A little hot tea,
Oh man,
some lemon, and some honey in it.
ain't no sugar.
No.
Need some
just a
sugar,
little
dude.
Yeah.
just a little housekeeping from our last topic. I did Google it while we were talking. We have option one is the Citrus Bowl versus Iowa, or the Gator Bowl versus NC State.
Please give me Iowa.
That would be the ugliest football game.
Yes.
I mean, I did have a great time at the Gator Bowl when we played them, whatever year that was.
Yeah, that was a blowout too, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, I think they scored a few late, but it was pretty much over the
Was
whole
that the
time.
was that like the Evan Berry 99-yard pick
I
six?
think that was
That
against
was the out.
Northwestern
Oh,
the
that is
next year.
Northwestern. Yeah, yeah,
No, my memory from the Iowa Gator Bowl was when we kicked it off to them, and their returner was falling out of bounds, trying to receive the ball, and just threw it back in bounds at like the 5 yard line or whatever.
I do remember that now. That was great. Oh man,
yeah.
that
All
was a
right.
fun
So
tailgate too.
All
We were
right, let's
there
talk
early.
hoops.
our national
Oops.
championship men's basketball team. Talk about it.
Oh, I was going to talk Lady
Yes.
Vols first. I mean, they did
No,
play
we're not.
Team
We're not.
USA.
Did we beat Team USA?
Oh no, we lost 95-59.
Yeah, I think I turned. I was just flipping change. I just saw it. It didn't say Lady Vols. It just had Tennessee versus USA, and I'm like, what is this? And then
Yeah,
oh, it's the females playing, and it was like 60 something to 20 something. I'm like, oh.
yeah. Good tune-up. It's all right. Hoops, Kyle. We'll let you take the lead on hoops. What do you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I like what I see. Um, I think Connect is one of the best players that I've personally seen in a Tennessee ball uniform. Um, but then again, I'm also kind of like I'm hedging my bet because like I just know I don't trust Rick Barnes in postseason. So hopefully, Rick Barnes does not Rick Barnes himself, and this team can actually go pretty far. But I really, as of right now, I'm hopeful, but also like I'm scared of the hope that I have.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
like, we should just not even think about March right now. That is so far away. There's no point in worrying about it.
Well, I mean, I was seeing that we're like a bunch of like ESPN writers and top tier college basketball writers are like saying
yeah, that's
pencil us in for the Final
ridiculous.
Four.
That's
Yeah, that does
ridiculous. I
scare me.
hated that.
Yeah.
Um, I, I mean, goodness, like this is a stacked team. I am a little worried. It
It's
seems
too
like
steep.
the past few years, it seems like our rotation's just been too big. Like too many guys are getting too much playing time, and I really hope as the season goes on that we kind of draw back on that a little bit.
Hey, I
So
mean, Barnes usually does, but I don't know. Like, who are you going to cut from the rotation?
that's the thing. Like God, why are we so deep? We're too deep for a round of 32 exit. Dang it.
I mean, like maybe like some of these guys that have been getting playing time are obviously not going to later, like Cam Carr or whoever. I don't even know all our players at this point, but
Was one like name like Dudley or something?
I don't know.
Dudley.
We got DeLeon.
Yeah, DeLeon.
Yeah, that's one I was might be thinking about.
I think it's Freddie.
But apparently he's like they're projecting him as like a first round NBA draft pick next
Yeah, I
year.
remember there was a lot of hype when he signed and came to school early, but we redshirted him or whatever. Um, I mean, who? So our starting five is what? Ziegler, Fescovy, James, Connect, and Adu, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean that's fine with me.
I mean, I think the biggest surprise for me so far has been Gainey. I didn't really expect him to. I didn't expect anything from him. I was like, that is the coach's kid. They just signed him
Yeah,
to be on the team, but he's actually been really impressive.
I
Yeah.
like him. I like. Shoot, I forgot about Meshack. Like, I mean, goodness gracious.
I do like Meshack's improvement from last time we saw him last year. Like he actually looks like he has somewhat of a jumper now.
Yeah, Yeah, I've noticed
Where it's
that.
not a total surprise if he makes it.
And then this, what's the Cade Phillips? Like apparently Barnes wanted to redshirt him, but the team like said no, you can't. Like he's that good. Like man, I really I want to get him over that hump. I mean, he's at the end of his career. Like I hope he's just all in on trying to get to at least another Final Four.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
After,
know you've made this point a ton of times, Kyle, and others have too. But like our players get so tired by the end of the year because they run them in the ground. We should honestly just give like rotating maintenance days to our guys, like they do in the NBA. Like,
load
all right,
management days.
like Triple J, you're not playing this game. We have enough players who can carry you.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I agree with that.
Like give our starting five almost kind of like a pitcher's rest in baseball.
Yeah, like just rotate like one guy, and so you're playing like 3 games every 2 weeks rather than 4 games.
Yeah. I don't know. But also, I don't know. We'll see. I just remember getting really happy last time. And then who did we play early on in the season? We're like, oh, crap, we're not as good as we thought we were. Was it Purdue?
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah.
Colorado just
Oh yeah, last
demolished
year.
us.
Yeah, well, yeah, Michigan State losing to James Madison.
That was
gave me
that
a
put a little
similar
damper
feeling.
on that. So Caleb, you're the stats guy. What are the big ones you look at? Ken Palm and who else?
Ken Palm and Bart Torvik usually.
Okay.
I
So
haven't
what, top
looked.
10 in those.
Oh yeah, we moved
Okay.
up in Ken Palm, I think.
All right. So you'll keep us updated on those all year.
Yeah, I would Google it, but my internet is terrible.
Well. So what, we play Wisconsin Friday, right?
Yes,
Ooh.
and apparently they're very good.
I mean, they've got a good program. Do they still have that same coach? Oh gosh, what's his name?
I don't know, but they scored like 105 the other night.
Oh my God, that's not gonna happen. Greg Gard, who's that? Yeah, it's not the same guy. Never mind.
Our non-conference schedule is pretty.
It's loaded.
Yeah, got Illinois. The whatever tournament we're in is pretty loaded.
I think we're
Going to
in
Maui.
Maui, right? Against Syracuse
Yeah, but
first.
didn't they move it to somewhere else or like
Oh.
Vegas?
This the stuff.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah, I did see that. Like, that's the one quick thing I saw. They showed like the tournament bracket that we're in, and it's like depending on how like the tournament plays out, like 4 of the top 7 teams will play each other.
Yeah, so Friday we play Wisconsin. The 14th we play Wofford at the Food City Center. It still says Syracuse is at Honolulu, Hawaii, so I don't know. And then we would play the winner of Purdue or Gonzaga. Oh, my Lord. And then after that, we go to North Carolina, George Mason, Illinois, NC State. I mean, goodness. What a schedule. I'm excited for it, though. I like playing good basketball teams.
It is kind of nice now that we're in this routine of being interested in football, basketball, and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now we're just rolling into leg 2 of a 3-leg thing.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yeah. Except we've had a couple baseball games too.
Did we come back in that one in Nashville?
Yeah, I mean we lost the first 9 innings, so to me
Yeah.
we lost, but I think we did. We won the total 17 innings or something.
Weren't they at Smoky Stadium last night?
No, they're tomorrow night.
No, tomorrow. Wish I wasn't sick. I'd go up there, but
No, you wouldn't.
no, I wouldn't. Thought about it, but I wouldn't. All right. What other hoop talk we got?
I don't know. I'm
Are
just
we
waiting
gonna
to
beat
see.
Wisconsin? What's the score in the Wisconsin game going to be?
Scores for basketball. I mean, my only other thought right now is I'm hopeful that Triple J can finally take a step back this year.
Yeah, from the team. I'm so sick of him.
No, I mean he's been good so far. His only job is to play good defense and take open threes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's every player's job, and I'm tired of it.
No, I think he's actually in his role right now where if he has an NBA career, he's going to be a 3 and D guy. So the like last year, I think they put him in a position where he had to kind of like score off the dribble, and he was kind of like the Batman. He's never going to be Batman, you know. So
That's a good
we
point.
we have people that can score. Like I'm telling you, like I can't remember the last time we had a scorer like Connect, where he's a dead eye shooter, and he can slash, and he can like take it up for hard contested layups, and he's a power dunker.
I mean, I can't remember. I mean, I guess Chisholm was kind of similar, but
Yeah,
I
but he
mean,
couldn't
they're
really.
still different. But
And then you had like Tyler Smith who could create a shot, but he wasn't really like a good like he wasn't like a sharpshooter.
Yeah. I think just me watching him for like 2 games, he reminds me a lot of Chandler Parsons. And like Chandler Parsons had a really good NBA career.
I trust you on this one.
man, I'm pretty excited though. Get to see some good basketball and hopefully finally get over that Final Four hump.
It's okay if we don't, guys.
No, it's not.
We're
I did.
We're
I
out
heard something on the
chances.
radio the other day saying, "I just want Tennessee to make the Final Four so Rick can retire."
I'm excited for some Philly content this basketball season.
I'm excited for 10 more years of Rick Barnes.
Jesus.
I mean, how old is he? Like early 70s?
I don't know, but he's got
He
us
looks good.
freaking rolling. We're just like get the recruit. I mean, he is recruiting at an extremely high level right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna talk baseball, or
Yeah, sure. What do you want to
I
talk
don't know
about?
if anything's going on.
I don't know.
We're gonna have a
Apparently,
good
Billy
time.
Amick is going to be really good. That's about all I've heard.
I think, God, who was our second baseman? Christian Moore. He's moved over to
That
shortstop.
shortstop
Yeah.
scares the crap out of me, but
Who's our third baseman this year?
Amick, Billet from Clemson.
Okay. Well, who's second base?
I don't know who's going to play second. I think Zane Denton might play second, but he's not with the team right now.
What? What happened there? Why is he not there?
I don't know. They haven't. No one. They didn't say.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
And then I
See,
think you
Dryling's
got
an outfielder.
Dryling and Tiers and Inslee in the outfield. I would
Oh
imagine.
boy, that's an outfield. Oh my goodness.
And then we got went from like having no catchers last year to now we got like 5 catchers.
Well, didn't we start Charlie?
Yeah, but now we got the Peoples guy from NC State, and apparently
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bargo guy from Missouri is like really good.
Man, I'm getting excited now. They should just start baseball in fall, go through all winter, get a nice long season. I'm excited for it. So we had some softball signings today. Caleb, you
I was just
excited?
about to say, how are we going
Oh,
to
Jesus.
replace Kiki?
We can't talk about anything lower than baseball, guys.
Hey, didn't our soccer girls made the tournament?
Oh, Jesus. All right, wrap
What
it up. Wrap it
tournament?
up. Wrap it up.
SEC?
Do your
How's our
trivia.
season over?
Do your trivia questions.
I don't have any.
Do your trivia questions.
All right. Yeah, I don't have one. I don't feel good. I just want to die. I always forgot about Blake Burke too. Man,
Yeah, well, that's easy to do.
what about our? Wow. What about our pitching? Who's our good pitchers?
Oh,
Beams,
I
Friday
think
guy.
AJ Russell's going to be a starter probably. And I don't know who the
Burns in up one.
Wake
Wake
Forest.
Forest, yeah.
Interesting.
It's disappointing. It's all right. I think that's all we got for you this week. Hopefully next week we'll be back full panel.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to
and
Chris.
Not sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Chris.
Chris, yeah.
No call, no show.
Yeah,
Chris probably
after he
sick.
set the day, y'all could have already heard this, but he said Wednesday, Wednesday. Nope, he didn't show up.
Probably
Getting
sick.
our merch made, I bet. He's big on the merch now. All right, that's all we got for you. Thank you, and go Vols. Bye-bye.